I'm using a generated URL using query variables in the URL for external team members to register on the app and automatically join the team whose ID is in the query variable in the URL. My fear is that people can abuse this by typing an ID into the URL and randomly joining people teams. Is there any method that you guys suggest to handle this? For example, maybe obfuscating the URL somehow, but not sure if query variables would work in that regard. Would love any advice in that regard. Yeah, so as I was saying, you can use UUIDs, for example, but it's more like to configure it on your backend. You know, it's like big, long random strings that are used in DBs that can replace normal IDs. And the other thing is maybe, but it's dependent on your app. So maybe it would be interesting to see how your app works, but you can have like an off mechanism to check if the user is on the right page.
Exactly. The best way is to force your user to log in. So even if someone's managed to steal your ID, to accept the invitation, he has to log in.
So they log in and then the team
and then
ID
they click
applied.
OK. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, awesome. That makes total sense. I can show you guys that.
Feel free.
Yeah, here, let's see here. I've been putting a lot of time in on this, so
nice.
I'll make sure I do everything right. All right, so if we come to our list of clients here.
I love the design already, man.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on it. I'm a UI designer by practice, so It's awesome. I'm actually able to build this stuff out that I've been designing for years, you know, do it myself, which is awesome.
That's great.
So let's say we come into this client here. I know it says funnel for demo, that's the name of the client. I have it set up so that the invite client button, it has a simple link. I didn't want to go through setting up, email provider and whatnot. And that URL has the ID at the end. So you're saying there's a way I can convert this to a UUID.
Yeah.
Back-end wise, or is that done on the front end through WeWeb?
It won't change anything on the front end because basically you will ask WeWeb to use whichever is the ID from the database. So you should change it in your database. I don't know which backend you're using. Like, is it Xano or Supabase?
Xano. Yep.
So Xano, what you could do is that you can create a new, like not having to change your ID column because sometimes it's a hard thing to do. You can create a new column, which is like, I don't know, shareable ID, for example. And you set it as UUID, so Xano will automatically generate it. And then you can ask WeWeb to use this UUID instead. And it should be okay because basically UUID are so random and long that they are almost impossible to find.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's perfect. I can definitely do that on a Xano side.